10 years have passed since Lenovo first revealed the Yoga line to the world, and 10 years down, I'm still mesmerized by each of their latest offerings, like this beautiful machine right here. This is the high-end 2-in-1 convertible, the Yoga 9i. And before we go any further, can we please take a moment and appreciate the beauty that is this machine, the Yoga 9i. Hello everyone, I'm here for Fiiber, and in this video we reviewed the Lenovo Yoga 9i 2-in-1 high-end convertible laptop so that you can decide whether this machine is worth your cash or not. But before we go ahead, consider hitting that red subscribe button for detailed tech videos, and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest updates. With that said, let's get started. Now I'll talk about all the good and bad about the Lenovo Yoga 9i, but first let's take a look at some of the key hardware specs. Now the Yoga 9i that's currently being reflected on Lenovo's website is the one that comes with the Intel i7 1260p processor with 8GB RAM and 256GB SSD and Intel Irix XE graphics. However, the version I have here is the beefier one, as this one gets the Core i7 1280p processor with 14 cores, 20 threads. Then you also get 16GB LPDDR5 RAM, there's a 1TB Samsung SSD, there's Intel Irix XE graphics, and a 75 watt-hour battery under the hood. So the machine is packed to the gills, but at the same time it has got the looks as well, and as soon as I unboxed this machine, this one screamed luxury. So on the convertible Yoga 9i, you get an all-metal design, front and back, inside and outside, which gives it a premium feel. But despite that, and also being a 14-inch machine, it only weighs about 1.4 kilograms. You also get a few subtle embossed Lenovo and Yoga brandings on this laptop. And the shiny rail running through the bottom of the laptop is something that I have not seen on any machine, in my opinion. Gives this laptop a jewelry-like finish that I absolutely love. Additionally, it also reminds me of my iPhone 11 Pro, and because it comes with a rounded and shiny frame and that sort of design like the iPhone 11 Pro, it looks pretty slick. This laptop looks pretty slick, and it's also pretty manageable to hold. However, the coolest feature of this laptop, apart from it being a touchscreen convertible, is that it features a rotating mini soundbar like stereo speakers right in the hinge, and the hinge also features this glossy finish just like the bottom sides. So the speakers consist of a couple of 3-watt woofers and a couple of 2-watt tweeters, and the audio output is right there in the MacBook territory. Now, high-end Windows laptops have been great lately, but one major gripe that I have with most of these high-end Windows laptops is that they don't sound as good as the MacBook Pros of the world, or even the MacBook Air. But that's not the case with the Yoga 9i, as the stereo speakers on this laptop sound loud, they have the depth, they sound bassy, and the level of refinement that you get in the crispness and clarity, be it while listening to music or watching movies or videos, is phenomenal to say the least. By the way, the Lenovo Yoga 9i being a convertible also lets it be a touchscreen tablet, but personally I did not use this machine as a tablet. I mean, I tried for a minute or two, but I gave up. Although watching movies in tent mode, that is something that I did and enjoyed a lot. So coming back to the display, of course, there's HDR10 support, so the multimedia experience on this thing is mesmerizing. The display is vibrant, it gets plenty bright regardless of the conditions, and has excellent readability, deep blacks, and wide viewing angles. As I mentioned, it is a touchscreen, and Lenovo is also bundling a stylus in the box, which comes with about 4100 levels of pressure, so anyone who fancies being an artist or taking written notes on a laptop, well, there's the option. So all in all, superb sound, great display, and with that, the multimedia experience on the Lenovo Yoga 9i gets a solid thumbs up. Apart from this, the Yoga 9i also gets a superb selection of ports with 3 USB Type-C ports, out of which 2 of them support Thunderbolt 4. Along with this, there's an additional Type-A port and an audio socket. Other additions include a dedicated fingerprint authentication that I find faster and more reliable than Microsoft's Face Unlock solution, although that in itself is pretty fast and accurate. There's also a 1080p webcam in the top bezel with which you can expect decent video quality on calls and stuff. Granted, there's good lighting around. However, expect a mediocre sort of quality if the light around you is not that great. Moving on, the Lenovo Yoga 9i features an edge-to-edge backlit keyboard, and right off the bat I can say that the keyboard has a good level of travel, just like I prefer, and it is very clicky. So much so that some people might find the sound of it a bit off-putting, but personally I like my keyboard clicky clacky. However, the touchpad, despite being relatively large and also supporting all the Windows 11 gestures, did not seem too high quality as I was expecting it to be. Maybe I'm comparing it with the MacBook's trackpad and I'm being a bit harsh here, but the truth is the truth. MacBook trackpads are the industry standard. Now coming to the performance bit, the Core i7-1280p processor coupled with 16GB LPDDR5 RAM and 1TB fast SSD storage guarantees that this machine can handle your day-to-day productivity tasks with ease. Now, I'm not going to be talking about synthetic benchmarks here, but after having used this machine as my daily driver for over 2 weeks, you can rest assured that this machine is well capable of running multiple apps at once. Handling dozens of tabs in Chrome is also something that won't slow down this machine. Additionally, the laptop is also well equipped to run intermediate video editing tasks, and I have also been able to play a game like Forza Horizon 5 at decent frame rates. That said, if you're more than a casual user and performance-driven tasks are your thing, like hardcore gaming, or you're a creator who edits photos and videos as a profession, then you might want to look somewhere else. One more thing that I would like to point out is that sometimes under heavy load, the fans on this laptop can get a bit noisy, and honestly, the sound does get bothersome after a point, but that never really affected the ongoing task or the overall performance of the machine. And speaking of overall performance, how can we not talk about the battery life? So the 75 watt hour battery is a decent capacity, but considering this is a 4K screen and all the top tier hardware is driving this unit, the best I could manage on a single charge was about 6 to 7 hours of usage with this machine. And after that, I had to plug in the laptop to a power source. I know the battery life is kind of mediocre, but you can always dial down the resolution to full HD to increase endurance. But personally, with that crisp and colorful 4K screen at your disposal, I simply lived with that trade-off. And for those interested, my usage mostly during work days included a lot of typing, running multiple tabs of Chrome, and also watching a lot of YouTube videos. And during the night is when I use this laptop for a lot of Netflix and chilling. Summing up, the version of the Lenovo Yoga 9i that I have reviewed is currently retailing on Amazon for about 1,78,000 rupees, and by the time this video is live, I'm not even sure whether it is going to be in stock or not. So of course, this is a lot of money that you'll be putting on a laptop, but if you do decide to put in that sort of cash on the Lenovo Yoga 9i, then for what it's worth, this machine ticks almost all the right boxes that you would need in a high-end, ultra-portable, convertible laptop. I mean, apart from the above average webcam quality and the mushy trackpad, the Lenovo Yoga 9i absolutely nails it in terms of performance, in terms of solid and sturdy build, in terms of having a gorgeous and vibrant display, and in terms of having a great stereo speaker system, which is by far the best I have heard on a high-end Windows Ultrabook. So if you're looking for a premium, do-it-all daily productivity machine which will last you for years to come, you can definitely consider the Lenovo Yoga 9i. And that was my review of the Lenovo Yoga 9i, and Fiiber rates this laptop a solid 8.5 on 10. So let me know all your thoughts about this machine in the comments below, and as always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Fiiber. I'll catch you all in the very next one. Thank you for watching.